Today I'm making homemade pita bread and sort of a shawarma sandwich. As of right now, as I'm speaking to y'all, the pita bread is finished, the dough's done. I used a sourdough starter. So shawarma is usually roasted on a spit. Today we're gonna cook a nice flat iron. Right now I'm gonna make a really nice pistachio sauce. In that sauce, we're gonna have some cilantro, some garlic, some shallot, some heavy cream or half and half, just a touch. I'm adding chicken reduction for fortification. I have ground pistachios that I kind of pulverized and pureed, and I'm gonna hit it with a little tahini. Now, to do this, we're gonna heat up and sweat out our onions and garlic. So I'm gonna chop those up. By the way, it's a beautiful January Sunday here in Boise. As you can see, the light is coming in, and I hope the shots aren't blown out because of it, but we have some beautiful sun, and I have the window open. Shallots are nice and chopped up. Garlic, again, really thin. I have a saute pan heating up. I'm gonna hit it with olive oil, and we're gonna sweat this down. Going in with some olive oil, and right in with the shallot and the garlic. I have some really nice Arabian sea salt. Low heat on the stove. While our onions are sweating, I'm gonna move on to some vegetable prep. For my veggies, I'm using a few things. I have some fresh herbs. I have a pepper, I have an eggplant, I have a cucumber, and I have two types of tomatoes. This one's a purple, blackish color tomato, heirloom, a lemon, a zucchini or yellow squash rather, and I told you we have garlic, so I'll put the garlic off to the side. We're gonna put our herbs down. I have a small pot of boiling water and I have an ice bath. First thing I wanna do, just to make these really nice, is concasse our tomatoes. And what that means is it's a technique where you score the bottom of the tomato like that. You drop it in boiling water for about 30 seconds, and we're gonna shock it in some ice water. I like to take C-fold napkins and put them off to the side. We're gonna use these C-folds to absorb excess liquid that purges from the tomato. And you really don't wanna go too long with this. Like I said, guys, literally 30 seconds. And we're gonna put them right into our ice water. Now what that's gonna do is really allow the skin to peel off easily. So once we shock these, you'll see that we can just pull that skin right off. Take the stem off this guy. What I like to do is choke up on my paring knife with my thumb, insert it so my thumb prevents the knife from going all the way in, and then twisting and taking the stem right out, right on the board. Same thing here, we're gonna peel the skin off here. What I'm gonna do is quarter these. I'm just gonna take the center out. Now some people would say this is wasteful. I know on TikTok they beat me up for doing this, but here's the deal. I don't throw this stuff out. These centers could be used to make tomato puree, they could be added to your stock, or you can add them to things like a pinçage. We'll save pinçage for another video, but this little layer of seed, so that goes there. The C-fold, again, pulls all that excess water out that we don't want. All right, so I will save this scrap. I'm just gonna dice these up now. Tomatoes are done. All right, these are good. I'm gonna throw these in the fridge. Next, we have our cucumber. I like to peel it, especially if it has that waxy exterior on the skin. I'm not a big fan of that. We're gonna quarter it lengthwise. Come down. I like to take my knife and peel the seeds out. Now we're gonna just do like a large dice. Now I'm gonna hit these with a little salt. It's gonna really help the flavor, and as they sit, they're really gonna start to purge a little of the juice, and it'll just really nicely concentrate that cucumber flavor. All right, right in. Next, I have a eggplant. What I love about this sandwich that we're making today, we're using beef, but it can so easily be turned in to a vegan sandwich, where it's veg heavy the way it is. If you take away the meat element, you really still have a great sandwich that is an awesome vegan version of what we're doing today. I'm gonna slice this into coins. We're gonna go onto a tray, and we're gonna salt these. Salting eggplant, removes a bitter sort of element or enzyme that lives in the eggplant. So by salting them, we're gonna pull that moisture out, let these sort of purge for a little bit, and then we'll rinse these off after they kind of purge a bit, all right? Off to the side or off to the sheet tray here. Put that on a speed rack. Yellow squash. I'm just gonna clip the 2 little ends there. I'm gonna quarter this. Just like the cucumber, we take the seeds out. They tend to get slimy, that's why I take them out, but you can leave them in if you want. What I wanna do is have about 2-inch sticks. So 1, 2, cut that in thirds. This is gonna get grilled, so for now we'll let this live in a deli. All right. Yellow pepper, shout out to Drip 2 times. Poor guy's been looking for yellow pepper for a long time. Finally got one for him, so if he's watching this, come get it, brother. All right, here's how I like to cut a pepper. I take a very thin layer of the top, a very thin layer of the bottom. I don't throw that out, I actually use that. The reason I do that is because when I cut down here, and I spin my pepper, it's a lot easier for me to take this membrane off when I clip the top and bottom. You know, before you guys get all worked up, you don't have to take it this far. I mean, I could even take the skin off. I'm not gonna do that today. I'm going with a really nice small dice. Onions and garlic are looking nice. If you see that there is a little color, hit it with some spring water. I always keep a squirt bottle of spring water next to my oven or my stove. I want a little grilled onion element on the sandwich. So I'm gonna take a red onion, skin it off. These are gonna get grilled with our yellow squash. Next, I wanna have a yogurt element. So I'm gonna make a little bit of a yogurt sauce. We're gonna take some really nice Greek yogurt with the smallest spoon in the world. So yogurt's actually really good. It has a really nice tang to it, which I love. It's about a half a cup of yogurt. I'm gonna hit this with some lemon zest. 4 passes of the microplane on the lemon. We'll hit it with a little bit of lemon juice. Parsley. Start by doing a little chiffonade. A little bit of fresh pepper medley. A little bit of that Arabian salt. This is gonna get mixed up. So I'm gonna add half of my tomatoes in here, and I'll add a little bit of these cucumbers right in there. This is just so clean and refreshing. I have a beautiful Wagyu flat iron. I'm bringing it to room temp. We're gonna season and sear this. Let's make our sauce, all right? Tahini pistachio paste, cilantro. So what I'm gonna do is add that chicken reduction, or you could just use chicken stock or water and a bouillon cube, whatever you wanna do. All right, I'm gonna bring this up and melt it. What I wanna do is take some pistachio paste. I am not measuring, but I will tell you that is about a tablespoon and a half. All right, tahini, tablespoon. Cilantro goes in. We're gonna add that right in there. You can add water as you need. That is incredibly awesome. The pistachio is so concentrated, and then that tahini, ooh, that tahini really adds to it. Really like that. When we're not using this, we'll refrigerate it. I'm gonna keep it out because it's gonna go on the sandwich shortly. You'll see these eggplants started to purge. I'm gonna rinse this salt off. So it'll rinse. These are gonna live right there. One seafold on top of these guys, and we are gonna grill these babies up. All right, I got a grill pan here. I wanna get a nice dry grill on this. One of my favorite tools, the chef press. That's on high heat. We're gonna grill off these eggplants. Some nice marks on there. Take these right off. Got both sides beautifully grilled. I like using a flat tray because I want these to cool off. That red onion right there. Add another red onion right there. Now we have our yellow squash. All right guys, while these are grilling, I have a saute pan. I'm gonna hit it with some olive oil and the peppers that we diced. By the way, a lot of people from Australia were yelling at me for calling it a yellow bell pepper. They call it capsaicum or capsum or something like that. Drop a comment if you ever heard of that, because I haven't. Right on the stove, we just want to get a little color on these. That squash might feel firm, but it's going to continue to cook, and you don't want to over grill it because it will get slimy. What I want to do now, we have these beautiful veggies all grilled off. We're going to add them to the yellow bell peppers that we got a little color on. Okay. All right. Beautiful onion right in there. I'm going in with some of that Arabian salt. I mean, look at that. Lemon juice. This is rosé champagne vinegar. So it's a pink champagne vinegar. Just a touch of that. A little more olive oil. Aleppo pepper goes in there, and what I'm doing is I just want to warm up that spice and sort of bring out some of those oils, okay? Right in the pan and then right down into our vegetable mix. I had to put this off to the side before I keep eating it. It's amazing. We have sumac, cinnamon, allspice, coriander, cumin, how do you say it? And 1 or 2 cardamom pods or seeds. Green cardamom, little goes a long way, okay? We're not gonna be cooking our beef just yet. You know, we don't want to add salt too early, but we can add the spice mix now. Let's just try to get some spice on this meat, allow it to sort of penetrate into the flesh. You want to get both sides. You can go heavy with this, heavy on the spice here. A little olive oil. You could find the recipe for this pita bread dough right in the link in the description. You could find it, a quick version on TikTok or the full version on YouTube. I'll put a link, okay? I'm gonna hit this carbon steel pan with some avocado oil, and we have our beautiful flat iron. We're gonna hit that with Maldon salt. Going right down. I'm gonna salt the other side. Some black pepper. Some cardamom. That butter right on top. Let this rest for 15 minutes. So after we cooked our flat iron, we let it rest with some foil over the top of it. That was a Bluetooth speaker you just heard. Missed it. All right, what I want to do is get some seafold napkins, pull some of that excess oils, and let them go right there. Okay. This is all love, we're gonna keep that. So we're gonna slice our beef and we're gonna build one of these beautiful pitas. This guy looks good. You wanna get your sharpest knife out for this, especially for slicing the beef. Let's cut our pita in half because we're gonna fill it. If your pita bread didn't bubble up on you, what you can do is don't slice it and kind of fold it like a taco. But I think yeah, look at that, beautiful. Now for our beef, we wanna make sure that we're slicing it against the grain and just start by taking some nice slices that way. If you'll notice, we have this beautiful medium rare. We let it rest so all the juices distributed throughout the protein. Since we're gonna be filling the pita, I think I wanna do a little lettuce. I wanna then add my veggies. Then I have our pistachio sauce. And then our cucumbers and tomato that we tossed in that yogurt and dill. Put a nice amount in there. Just a light toss. Go right down. You don't have to overstuff these. Put a light amount, take a couple slices of our beef. I'm actually gonna go 2 slices of beef. I don't want a ton in there, I don't need a ton in there. Then we'll put another layer of that topping. Okay, and then just throw a couple more pieces of beef right on top. All right. This is so exciting. Grilled lemon, just a little grilled lemon right on top of that. This is gonna be one hell of a freaking sandwich. Is it a sandwich? Drop in the comments. I wanna know if you guys think this is a sandwich. I think it's a sandwich because it's whatever. I don't know what else to say, I'm just going in. Oh my God. That's legit the most tasty bite of food I've had in a long time. The crispy cucumber, that tomato and the yogurt, the cilantro gives it a really nice rinse, that pistachio sauce. And then we have all those grilled veggies, which kind of gives it that nice char flavor. The grilled lemon just really brightens it. It cuts through the fattiness of the yogurt. You know, the beef is perfectly medium rare. All of those shawarma spices that we crusted the beef in just give it this sort of warm spice element. I mean, there's so much going on here. I'm so glad I'm gonna have video documentation, so when I wanna make this again, I'm gonna remember. Because this was freestyle mostly. I never made this before. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I love y'all, and until next time, salud. Like, I feel like I shouldn't even be putting that on YouTube. That's cookbook status. Like, that's signature recipe cookbook shit right there. And we're giving it away for free. Free. I'm not, I would put it this way. I don't just give people